Hey everyone, Demon Mike here, bringing you a beginner's guide video. This is going to be the first map video, beginner's guide of Heroes of the Storm. Doing a whole playlist on that. I'm going to be doing a custom game of just some AIs rather, not UI, but AIs, and going to just be talking about all the basics of Heroes of the Storm and how it works, and then I'll be going into some more detail about SkyTemple itself. So I'm setting these computers on beginner just so I can easily talk about the game without worrying about playing it really. So yeah, let's just load it up, and the first thing I'm going to go over is how the leveling system works. Other team brawlers have individual levels for every hero. Heroes of the Storm will, how it's working right now anyway, is, and I assume they're going to keep it this way. I think it's rather unique and fun. They just have the levels as a team level, and you can really benefit from that as a team rather than trying to outperform the other team by yourself. You're trying to outperform the other team as a team. It just makes it just really emphasizes the genre of the team brawler, and I think it complements it pretty well. But anyway, with that aside, let me go into a little bit more detail about gaining experience. So the general method for this map, at least, you'll want to have 2 mid, 2 top, and 1 bottom. That way you're getting experience from each lane, and you are just competing against the other heroes and trying to kill them while you're killing the creeps as well. That way you're getting the most amount of experience in each lane as possible at the very start. And that's the general idea for the other maps as well. You want to cover each lane with your heroes and kill the creeps and the enemy heroes as much as possible to get the max amount of experience. Once the the mercenary camps start spawning, then you can start taking that into a choice factor, whether you want to go do the merc camps or not. Another thing I should mention is this watchtower here. Either team can come in at any point to take control of it. It just reveals the fog of war for that team that controls it. Once you're on this temple area at the circle, you'll start to have to fight these neutral mobs. This one has a frontal cone ability like that, and you'll want to avoid that. It knocks you back and does a lot of damage. So yeah, avoid that and kill him first. If there's an enemy hero in the ring with you, then it goes neutral and neither team has the power of the temple. But if your team is the only one in there, they'll start shooting the ammunition that it has toward the enemy buildings. So it's already killed some towers and a gate, and it's now starting to work on their fort, their middle fort. And once it's down to the last 5 shots, you can just leave the circle and it will shoot them off whether you're there or not. Now is actually a good time for the merc camps, and I'll just go ahead and start talking about those. You want to do them at good times, meaning you don't want to do them when the enemy team is missing from action, like you don't know where they're at. they could come kill you and steal the merc camp from you. They can contest it against you. And as you just saw, I stood in a circle there to have them fight for our team after we defeated them. So after a merc camp is defeated, you just step in that circle. If there's an enemy hero in the circle with you, it's just like the temple circle. It will not go anywhere. It just stays neutral until one side or the other is out of the circle and only one team remains in the circle. Then it will start filling up toward that team's side. Let's go ahead and start talking about the ping system that's in the game. You use G to ping. So you just hit G, your mouse cursor will turn into that crosshair type thing. And yeah, you just left click, it'll ping. Another way, well, I should say another thing adding on to that is you press G and then you left click and hold it down, and you can select 4 different kinds of pings. You can say, let's defend this area. You could say there's danger there. You could ask for assistance, or you could say I'm on my way. V is a suggestion of retreat. It will ping wherever your cursor is. So if you press V, that instantly does it. You don't have to left click for that. And I should also mention the emote system. Y is how you do this. You hold down Y and you select one of the emotes, and if the enemy team, like one of the enemy heroes, are nearby, they will see that emote as well. So you could kind of taunt them or be a good sport and say well played after you beat them in a game or they beat you. As long as they're nearby, they will see it as well. And I believe at the end of the game, Heroes of the Storm now allows the chat to be visible to both teams, so they will be seeing it anyway at the end of the game. There's one more thing I wanted to show you about the mercenary camps on this map, at least. How the boss is a little bit different. He has the same concept with the AoE circle around him that you want to avoid, but his other ability is it's just a tornado that you want to avoid. It will it'll knock you around, and it will also deal damage to you, but it's not nearly as significant as the AoE that he does, the big circle around him. And really only melee should have to avoid that, as you can see. But yeah, that's about the only difference between this boss mercenary camp compared to the other boss mercs on the other maps. Other things to worry about on this map is, well, not really to worry about, but just to know, these temples will kill all the buildings, the towers, the gates, and the forts as well. And it will also start attacking the core once all the other buildings are destroyed. So you can win. That is the main objective. I don't think I said that yet. The main objective of every Heroes of the Storm map is to kill the core. So if they come out with more maps, then that I kind of hope they do. That would be pretty cool to see, like I don't know, like a Slayer type game, or where you have a certain amount of kills to get, or maybe a capture the flag type of game like they have in World of Warcraft or something. But I don't know. For now, it's a lane game, and like you just spreading out in the different lanes, and you defeat the core. And then you also have a main objective based on the map. For this one, it's the temples. For others, it varies. For like, and I'll actually just save that for those videos, and I'll explain them there. While you're mounted, I should note that any damage you take, unless you have the talent, some heroes have a talent you can choose that will allow you to stay mounted even though you take damage. But if you don't have that talent, if you take any damage even from those creep, then you'll dismount. If I didn't already mention, Z's the default keybind for that to mount up and dismount, and B is to hearth. I'm just kind of covering my bases, making sure I went over everything. So the game is about to end anyway. Yeah. So I guess one more thing I didn't really go over is if your team is falling behind by like even 3 or 4 levels, you can still come back. There's so many games where my teammates seem to want to quit just because our team's fallen behind by 1 level, and that's not how this game should feel, in my opinion, because I've had so many games where we've fallen behind on a really big loss, like where it seems like a guaranteed lose, like we're behind by 3 or 4 levels, and then we turn it around, we start working together as a team, and we come back and win that game. So I don't know, a really good analogy I can come up with for that would be if you're driving a vehicle and you make the wrong turn, you're not gonna step out of your vehicle and just sit down. Like, you're gonna try to figure out where you went wrong and find your destination. So hopefully that's inspiring or whatever, and people will hopefully not quit as much. This is a really an excellent team brawler game, and it really emphasizes team in the team brawler genre. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. Hope there wasn't too much jumping around. But yeah, the other videos, the other map videos should be a lot quicker, because I'll just be going over the basics of the map, and I won't be talking too much about the general ideas of how Heroes of the Storm works. Since I've already covered that in this video, I'm just going to be just speaking mainly about the how the just the basics of the map. So thanks for watching and have a good one. There was a couple things that I left out. I was wanting to mention this queue system that's in like StarCraft and other Blizzard games. You can hold shift to add to the queue and have your hero complete the queue, the commands that you're doing in the queue based on the order. And it can also be attacks. It doesn't have to be melee, or excuse me, it doesn't have to be movement commands. It can be attack commands, it can be abilities. So I'm going to move here, down here, and then I'm going to use this ability up to there. You can also use this to add Hearthstone or mount up. So I can move there, and then mount. And another actually really useful tip is this is the fastest way to get a health healing fountain and go back out to whatever you're wanting to do. So let me take some damage so I can pick up this health fountain, healing fountain. Let's see if I can take some damage. These are all out of ammo. Here we go. Okay, now that I've taken some damage, let's go show that off. So I'm just holding shift, I click on that and I click out, and it picks it up instantly and moves out instantly. Nobody's reaction time is faster than that, so because that's just instant. There's no downtime whatsoever between those commands. So that should help you with your gameplay if you didn't know about that. But that's about it for this video. Again, thanks for watching and have a good one.